Fires in the street, parliament burned, dozens killed, thousands injured, prisoners on the run, and a prime minister forced to resign. Nepal had just lived through the deadliest week in its recent history. And out of that chaos, history was made. For the first time ever, a woman has become prime minister. This is how Nepal changed in just 1 week. Let's go through the past 10 days step by step. On September 4th, the government announced a shocking decision. A nationwide ban on social media platforms Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube and others. Leaders said it was just to stop spread of misinformation, but for young Nepalis, it felt like an attack on their freedom of speech. Gen Z, already angered about corruption, unemployment and the failure of old political leaders, decided they had enough. By September 5th, students and young people filled the streets of Kathmandu and other cities. The protest became peaceful but with chants against corruption and nepotism. But by September 6th, tension rose. Clashes broke out with police, stones were thrown, tear gas and water gases were used. The government imposed curfews in part of their capital. On September 7th, protests turned out into riots. Protesters set fire on government buildings including parts of parliament. Roads were blocked, vehicles burned and internet shutdowns made communication harder. Anger was no longer just about social media ban. It became about decades of failed leadership. By September 8, Nepal was in full crisis. The death toll climbed to at least 51 people with more than 1,300 injured. The chaos allowed over 12,000 prisoners to escape from jails, adding fear to the already tense streets. That evening, the army was deployed and a street curfew was announced in Kathmandu. Soldiers were seen guarding roads as the city went silent under lockdown. On September 9, Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli resigned. Oli, who had faced criticism for months, admitted he could not control the rest. His fall was a major win for the protesters, who demanded the new leadership beyond the same old political parties. On September 10, President Ramchandra dissolved parliament. He announced that fresh elections would be held on March 5, 2026, giving Nepal citizens a chance to choose new leaders. The decision was welcomed by many, but the country still needed a leader to guide it through the crisis. On September 12, something historical happened. Former Chief Justice Sushila Karki was chosen as the interim Prime Minister of Nepal. She became the first woman in the nation's history to lead government. Known as a strong and independent voice, Karki is tasked with restoring order, leading investigations into corruption, and preparing the country for elections. For many, her appointment was a symbol of hope after one of the darkest weeks in Nepal's recent history. September 13, Nepal is under heavy security, curfews remain, and the army is present in many cities. The streets are quieter, but the wounds are fresh. Over 51 lives lost, thousands injured, prisoners on the run, and deep mistrust in politics. People are waiting to see if Sushila Karki can bring calm, fairness, and accountability. For the first time in decades, there is a sense that Nepal might be heading into real change, but also fear that instability could return. In just 9 days, from September 4 to 12, Nepal saw social media ban, youth-led protests explode, parliament buildings burned, dozens of lives lost, a prime minister resigned, parliament dissolved, and a history made with its first female leader. A week that began with anger and fire ended with hope and uncertainty. This is Nepal's turning point. Thank you for watching. Tell us in comments, do you think Nepal is finally on path to change, or is the storm not over yet? And one more thing, this is just the beginning. Soon the first long format video series on TSD, where we will explore Nepal's history from the early 18th century to today. We will go through every important event, every leader and every turning point in episodes you won't want to miss. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for episode 1 of Nepal's journey through history. This is Silent Draft signing off. Jai Hind.